This learning is Li'ili Nishmas Bruria Bas Chananya, Maseches Peah, Perek Ches, Mishna Aleph. In this Mishnah, we're going to learn when do the poor give up hope of finding any of the gifts that were left in the field, and so then they make it hefker for anyone to take. And as we'll see, it depends whether it's a regular field, whether it's a vineyard, or whether it's an olive orchard. So our Mishnah says, Me'emasai kol adam mutarin beleket. From what point do all people become permitted to take the leket, or any of the other gifts that were left in a regular field for the poor? When do we say that the poor already gave up hope of finding anything more, and so now it becomes hefker for anyone, including a wealthy person, to take it? So it's Mishayelchu Hanamoishis. It's after the elderly leave from searching the field, like we learned in an earlier Mishnah, that the last people to look for the gifts, to search for the gifts in a field are the elderly. So once the elderly already leave the field, so now it becomes hefker for anyone to take. The Mishnah continues, Beperet v'oilelis. When do the gifts of peret and oilelis, which are gifts that are given in a vineyard, when do people become permitted to take those gifts? When do we say that the poor people already gave up hope of finding anything? So here it's different. Over here it's Mishayelchu Anim Bakerim V'yavayu. It's until the poor people come to the field once to look for gifts, and then they leave. And it's only after they come back again a second time and leave again that they now become hefker for anyone to take. And the reason why by a vineyard it's different is because grapes are more valuable and precious, and so the poor people don't give up hope until they come back a second time and don't find anything. The Mishnah continues, Uvezeisim, when do they become available for anyone to take? By an olive orchard. So the reason by an olive orchard it's going to be different is because the olives would only be harvested later in the year when it already became cold, and so we can't base it on the elderly, because the elderly wouldn't go out to look for olives because it was too cold for them. And over here we have an argument. The Tanakama says it's Mishatered Revia Shnia. It's after the second rain falls in the rain season. Once that point passes, now everything in the olive orchard that was left for the poor becomes hefker for anyone to take. Amar Rabbi Yehuda said, as they say him, but there are people that don't even start harvesting their olives until after the second rain. So how can we say it becomes hefker when many of the owners of these olive orchards didn't even yet harvest their field? And so he says, Ella, rather, it's Kadesheh Ani Yaitse V'Loyehe Mevi Barba Isaris. It's so long as the poor people have left the field already, and what remains in the field is less than 4 isaris, which is a small measurement. Once the poor people came to the field and left, and all that's there in the field to be found is less than 4 isaris, then whatever is there becomes hefker for anyone, including a wealthy person, to take.